Welcome back, Wolfpack Brillas here, and this is how to use Seviper. Give me a minute.
Said I was going to review them all.
Let's do it. So yeah, Seviper stats, not the best. They don't make sense, honestly. It's fairly unfortunate because now that we're dealing with the middle of the road 3rd generation Pokemon like Seviper and a couple others coming up, it makes it really hard to do strategies. But if you really love the Pokemon, like I'm not hating on Seviper. Seviper I think has a cool design and I really like its interaction with Zangoose, but unfortunately it just wasn't made to be competitive. This was back in 3rd generation when Pokemon didn't really have too many competitive things. That you play it more for the game and battling with friends than actually trying to figure out how to make every little aspect of the Pokemon incredibly busted. And, you know, there wasn't really effective IVs back then. Even EV training was really hard to come by. So we're going to find a lot of Pokemon throughout the rest of the region that aren't going to have a lot of potential. I'm just telling you guys this now. You know, sometimes there's going to be some flops. There are a couple of really good gyms left in this generation, though. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes we're just going to have some really off Pokemon, like Seviper and a couple others, so try not to take it too personally. So, like, just with that speed, 65 speed, not going to accomplish much. 60 on defenses, you're going to get outsped and destroyed, and 100 attack and special attack. It has a pretty decent physical move pool. Why take away from that and then give it random special attack that doesn't really mean anything that you can't boost into? I don't get it. So, looking at typing, pure poison type, that's actually not bad. Ton of resistances. And you're also going to have super effective hits against fairies, while also only being weak against earthquake, mostly ground, and then some psychic type moves. So it's not the worst. Hopping into Pokemon Showdown, I'm just like, what do we do? It gets stockpile, but I don't think stockpile is going to work here. It's not tanky enough to set up a stockpile. That maybe in the ultimate physical realm of getting set up, you could maybe go for some stockpiles and then be pretty good, because Chesto Resto is going to give you a really nice start, and then Shed Skin. Shed Skin, 33% chance to have its status cured at the end of the turn. That includes self-inflicted rest, which means you could only be resting for 1 turn, if that sometimes. So it could be really nice to actually have a stockpiling Pokemon with Shed Skin. That's a poison typing. It can't get poisoned. So it does have a lot of strength, but it just doesn't have the stats to back it up. Other than that, you have Toxic Earthquake. Toxic has perfect accuracy when used by a poison typing. Earthquake's going to round out your coverage. You can go Chesto Berry, you can go Leftovers, you can go Citrus Berry. But you're just so frail, it doesn't work out, and you don't have really a lot of offenses, like Choice Scarfing or Choice Banding this Pokemon. There's a lot better things that give you higher damage option. And then I was just kind of like, Coil, maybe? It's just really weird. Also, I would run Shed Skin on this, but Infiltrator is something to bring up also. Infiltrator ignores Safeguard and Substitute, which means if you're actually doing a set like this, even though Rest with Shed Skin is really nice, you could run Infiltrator on it. Toxic's going to hit through a lot of cool shenanigans, and then now you're getting a really set up Toxic. But even then, like, it's a really nice idea. It just doesn't really work out too much. Also, they really gypped out Seviper. That Sucker Punch, you might notice, is available for Seviper, but this is move tutor only from Generation 4. So you can use it in simulators, which is why I have this setup. That, you know, max out hit points, max out attack, pray you can get 1 or 2 coils, and then Sucker Punch your opponent down, and you might be able to do something. It might not be the most, but at least you'll have some potential. But for 6th generations, such as X and Y and ORAS, you won't be able to use it competitively because it doesn't get it in the 6th generation. So they just made it hurt a little more. Other than that, you know, you really don't have many options. Knock Off, Night Slash, Poison Jab. Poison Jab is really nice. Poison Fang has a chance to badly poison at less damage. I don't really think it matters at this point, but you can run Poison Jab if you want to. Crunch for coverage, and as we saw, it got Earthquake. So you have decent coverage as well, but when we look at it especially, you know, it's really just Dark Pulse. Flamethrower is really nice, but it's like this weird split up Pokemon that's kind of difficult to use and not really easy to understand. And you guys might wonder why I have Cacturne here. Comparing it to Cacturne, Cacturne is just better in almost every way. Same amount of durability on the defenses and hit points, yet higher attack and special attack. So it does more while being mixed, and it has a little less speed, but that doesn't matter because of Sucker Punch. So, unfortunately, Seviper, it just got the short end of the stick. Tried to make my best of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have to really use Seviper, at least it does get stockpile. At least it does get Coil for boosting. Coil, by the way, if you're wondering, boosts attack and defense and accuracy by 1. So it does leave you with a lot of opportunities. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a nice day.